How far behind is it? It's pretty far behind. Doesn't count as a view. How far behind it is? It's pretty far behind. Doesn't count as a view. How far behind it is? Okay. Alright. Well, here we are. We're just testing. No, we're live though. It's actually working. And we're getting plenty of mojo. The game looks like it's running smooth. That's what I need to do to test it real quick. It's just a test. Ain't nobody here. I'm gonna take the jump. Get it. Yep. Oh, all right. Well, I don't know if anybody is anywhere around. Okay. Sometimes slow. That's normal. For now. We are testing, ladies and gentlemen. If anyone happens to pop in, you'll see me over there. We have been hard getting back to this day here, so we failed at it years ago as far as streaming. And we're seeing if we can't put that back together here. So if someone does happen to pop in, you hear me going blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm trying to keep us from getting logged out. It's just a test. Test. So I guess I can talk while we're here. Change everybody over. All right. Do 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 do. Yeah, I didn't think anybody was gonna show up in the middle of the night, but we're rocking it here. Let's see. What? Um, I was banging it enough. Right. Well, I mean, I see him talking. Hello back. There you go. Hello. What? How am I logged in as that fool? In two places. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I don't know what I did. That's too big. Growing pains. Growing pains. I'm an idiot. And I don't know how to auto size it to get it back into the box. Okay. I don't understand why this just isn't working. Alright. All of that on the fly. Because I'm a moron. I am the owner. Alright. So, alright. Yeah, okay. I do appreciate you chilling and just kind of watching what I have going on here. Um, Um, I'm gonna have to learn where we're. Okay. So now I'm trying to get this chat thingy correct because this is just gonna be a pain. It just. I just don't understand how I log out. Okay, so if we go here. How am I not in the chat? No, I don't understand how I'm in two chats same fucking time. I do appreciate the assistance. Just not working. How am I not in my own chat? I don't understand. I just don't get it. I am the only one in this chat. So I don't understand at all. Now I see me. Huh. Can I do that? Three views. Well, if anyone can pop in, then here's what I'm saying. Throw me something up there in the old chat there. Because I am just testing. Thanks, Edgar. I am just testing. Please get away. Ah, that's pretty nice, man. I definitely appreciate it. I don't know. So you might not have the volume on. Let's see if that link works. Click that link for me, would you? Can't see. So, what if I do this? and then this, and then that, and then do that, and do that. Let's see what's going on here. Let's I mean, do you put it here? Audio output capture. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. I'm sorry, everybody. This is just, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Trying to get things worked out. We might be able to get these. It's been quite some time. Regular content is back on the way. Just need to get everything ironed out so I know what I'm doing. Bing. Mm. Oh, that's all of them there. So, I mean, I can just do that. But there's really got to be some way I can pull it from the list. Oh, it's here. All right. 'Cause, 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 'cause Alright, I got 4 views. Hey, someone else popped in. Did they? Huh, I have no idea. Says I got 4 views. I'm testing. I'm really testing. I'm trying to get this up and running. We're going to start bringing a lot more content back to the table now that we have the ability in our home office location. So throw something up in chat if you can hear us, so on and so forth. But that's why I'm distracted, not really paying attention. So if you're in and out and whatnot, and you can't see what I'm doing, you can't hear what I'm doing, don't know what I'm doing, I am testing things to make sure I meet all the level parameters and I don't drop off. And so far so good, because we just got Starlink here. So that is what we're doing. I don't really understand. Because it really won't. I want to do that. HTTPS. What is it? Now, if anybody click on that, tell me if that is an actual functioning. It sure is. It sure is. Okay. All right. So I guess if you wanted to go, I mean, can't get any bigger. Whew, okay. Add my elements back in. I'm gonna need a cut scene, for like the bathroom breaks, the whole 9 yards again. All right. Well, I don't know if that's During fans can check it out. Lots to go. Lots to do. But it works. We're streaming. There's people watching. Only a couple. And Nobody talking but the one dude, Ed Grot. All right. So now we can. Let's take a little. All right. Okay, so let's make this beneficial. Throne and Liberty. Just quick little blurb here. I mean, it's definitely the best Korean MMO. Hands down. A couple little tips and tricks that most people might not know. They should know by now. Everybody watches videos, but just in case. See, I'm a main. I'm a healer. I like the attack speed and whatnot of the wand, but I also like I have the big pop damage of the wizard, basically the fire mage. But I stay equipped with the wand. You don't have to swap. Okay, so I have my wand out. Oh, that's right. See, you don't know. Captain Greenbeard. So, you have your wand out, but you don't need your wand to cast the fire spells from the staff. Okay, they're automatically on your hotbar. And, I mean, I suggest an MMO gaming mouse. See, I don't know, here's my hand. And here's the reason why. I can just use the buttons on the side of the mouse to cast my spells. Which then allows me to do interesting maneuvers while holding the right mouse button, manipulating the camera. There's some definite little bit of jank whenever you go into the bird. Will not lie. I mean, alright, well, appreciate everyone coming out. We'll give another test with a bit better product. See if we can't stay engaged and communicating, having a conversation. Or doing something of that nature. If you have questions, you want to talk about games, you want to talk about game development, we can talk engines, we can talk modeling software, whatever it is that you want to burb out there, you want to talk about. And in case you're wondering, I did not go to school. I am an autodidact. You can poke around and look that up. Well, I don't really know how the levels are and everything, but yeah, first success one in the hopper. So it looks like we've actually done it. We have actually thrown up a stream. I know there was a lot of blah, 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 nothing going on. So, I just want you to know that we were really tackling problems. Me. tackling problems and whatnot, trying to get it all ironed out. And it looks like I've done that. And then, this environment here will probably change a little and whatnot, depending on how we want to go about it. And probably set up the cameras. You'll see the display thing set will change. And yeah, we're gonna start covering games and talking about games and talking about the progression of characters and weapons and classes, races, the map setting. What we're gonna do. All the things you might think. Plus, we're going to talk about games, hardware, software, mostly games. For most of you who don't know, we do have a Discord. We'll be breathing, that'll be trying to come back around as we now have the actual ability to be a proper community manager because we can stream. And it brings everyone together. Brings them in and have a conversation because we were it was miserable trying to upload videos and maintain, because to maintain an office space here where you would be off site until you're ready. We're our first 5 devs, we'll be moving into a space like that, but until then it just doesn't make a lot of sense in the expense department. And I'm a one-man band, except for my daughter, really 2 people. But we do that out of our home offices. We don't need that extra expense of that station until I have direct, in runs to deal with devs to give them direction, and then it'll be an office trek every morning. So that's the big benefit now for anyone who is listening or may want to watch or may wake up tomorrow. I know we have 16 subs, so let's get on out there and see what we can do, because the best thing for us is to grow the community. We're going to do that by getting people involved, like we were trying to do before, but now we actually have the capability. So there'll be private servers, there'll be this community. We'll stretch across probably a bunch of different games. Guest hosts, maybe, just depends. And I will tell you now, though, we will be streaming, we'll be making our community. However, the end goal is not for me to be a streamer, but it will be part of what I do, because there will be no handing over community management to other people. I have an entire marketing idea. Everything about Penance, okay, is mine, because of the fact that unless I could find someone who really understands my concept, it would really be hard, because everybody else in the industry is failing because the way they run the cash shops, because the way they interact with their people. They say that they're listening. They act like they're a member of the community, but they're not. They pop in, they show up on a stream here or there. I tell you, you will find me now and again. I will be on if he has me, whenever, because we're playing this game now. But I can tell you, I'm a member of Nathan Napalm. There's Nathan Napalm, and then he has a co-host, I guess. That's what you want to call him, the cohort. And his name is Steve, and he has a channel, and you hear me promote both of their channels here. Because I'm actually a member of their community. I have fun over there. I play with those guys. And this streaming channel will be to promote Forever Games. so that you will understand that, we'll be playing games, we'll be doing streamer activity. But what really should be used for is so that you can look under the hood in my brain. You can understand my game logic, my game theory, and why it'll be happening. And you'll see that in games. You will, unlike other streams, when I'm playing, you will have me pause and I will describe to you what I believe is incorrect about the present design, format, situation of the game that I'm in, why I want to change it or why I want to promote it. You know what I mean? These are the things you'll be getting. Um, here's another thing, like this specific game here. And we'll talk about it again in other situations. But to develop a whole new race, okay? Even when you're dealing with Unreal Engine, you're dealing with Unity. See, now Unreal Engine, and I believe Unity has too, but Unreal Engine has even advanced their skeletal infrastructure of the actual creature, mob, NPC, player, whatever model that you're going to want to put into the world. Okay, and you can now basically you take the skeleton and you size your skeleton per your creature. Okay, and then it has this. You take once your model is created, and there's a mesh overlay. And it keeps getting more advanced, but basically there's X amount of points. Well, I can't give you a number because it changes. There's X amount of attachment points. We use attachment points, where now you can take your model, and once you have it 3D, you have your 3D model ready to be used, you can, instead of worrying about all of those things, you can graft your model onto the built-in Unreal Engine's skeletal structure. And then that will automatically give you can fine tune it all. Doesn't mean you can't. But for those of you who are looking to be models, because I tell you right now, 100 grand a year is nothing to slap at. Lay it right out there to you. And we're going to do things like profit sharing for all the mainline developers. I mean, it's part of the contract. We'll get into talking about it. And we'll talk about why. Because these are things that are missing. Okay? There's just where to begin, what really to discuss with people. And, the problem is, it really doesn't matter. So, okay, I'm rambling now. So you take this model that you've created, and they will have automatically included run physics, collision physics, the different things that it makes for a character to mosey about through the world. Now, you may have to add actions, movements, animations. You may have to worry about the clipping issues with your model. Does the foot under the skeletal structure land on the terrain, or does your foot go through there? I mean, there's a lot of things you may need to do. But the basics, it used to be, you created that model, you created the skeleton, and then you had to start with the physics of actually getting it so that it doesn't penetrate through the world. And that had to be coded, and then now we've moved slightly beyond coding. It's really, I don't know how to make it in layman's terms, but basically you're taking individual actions and they're in boxes. And you can choose different aspects of that action. And then if the action you wish it to take may require other, I call them ready checks, but that's not what they really are called. Other checks in the system. then you add strings from that box and add more boxes, and it's basically game logic as opposed to coding. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. Coding definitely helps. I mean, you definitely need to know some code and to do the backbone stuff. So when you're designing a system, like a market, call them auction houses, whatever you want to call it. So you have a market. You're going to have to delve into the backbone of probably Python or something else of that nature. And, I'm getting a little flickerage in there. Oh, it's because it's one of them lacy see-throughs. What are you looking at right here? I'm pumping it out at 1920 by 1080p because I don't really know what else to do. It's a lower format. We don't really have massive math. I mean, our ups hit the right numbers, but every once in a while they dip. It's just something with Starlink. But anyways, I get all over the place. I'm a creative brain. So the realization is that, there are a lot of systems, there are a lot of things that are available. We're going to talk about them, why I think they're wrong or why I think they're right. There will always be room in the comments, okay? Because these people out here who are creating games and who are coming out of education centers, and they're told that they can take this formula and they can create a game that will probably make them rich. Well, I mean, there's X amount of novelty face skins you can put on a concept or game logic idea, and that I think you still, even with other products, because it comes from a sales background, eventually you're going to reach saturation point. Now you're going to see new generations come out that haven't seen your skins on your product. But is that going to sustain you? And are they going to come out quick enough? So these people in these education centers are coming out now, and they are just there's no vision. You hear all of these people, these AAA titles, there is no core group of fanatics. There is no core center dreamer. You see, there's no Stephen King. There's no Dean Koontz. There's no Brad. There's no cornerstone of people that believe these things, that create. It's like if you look at Penance, man, it's an entire created world. And I think, I've been around and I've been talking, but I think this is definitely the way, because just sitting in the chat groups and talking, the people, the traffic, the questions, you would believe that there'd be so many more questions about the Lord and the creation. You know what I mean? The lore story is something that's being held back from people. 100%. And that's on purpose. Because that is the mystery. That's the exploration. That's the reason why. Okay? So we'll talk about it to some degree because most of the people have presented themselves. But how these players take place, the wars that they've been in, all that's going to be unlocked. And yes, there's going to be books. And the realization too that there may be TV. So, I mean, that's my big dream. And all of this has been made possible. Really. I mean, I listen to the cringe. I love the channel. I love the guys like to have fun. But right now, even as we speak, there's some serious trouble around the world. So my advice would be find Jesus Christ. He is the one that captains my ship. And I hope that he, trying to have ultimate faith that he is leading us in the right direction. Even when I feel flarn and feel that'd be cursing and whatnot, it's going to happen. I'm an Israelite, I'm not a Christian. Not that that matters. There's lots to talk about. The gaming industry is in a heaping, smoldering pile of burning ash because you have a ideological poison being taught to everyone in the higher education. And it doesn't matter what version you're participating in. Okay? So they have corrupted they're the people who get hired as CEOs and project managers and, developers because, they get the big seal of approval because they have that thing on the wall. Well, then you get these gem studios who have a real visionary at the center. Or you have a pack of indies because they're the real artists and passionate ones who are developing something and creating whole new worlds. Alright? Penance, I guarantee you. Go look at the website. Ask me any question you want. It is its own independent, wholly created, of my own IP. The world. Now, I use some of the same, I have some of the same kind of creatures, but I bring them forth in a different way. But no, most of them, yeah. Like the toy princess, or what she's called, the child queen, but yeah. She makes her creatures. So, I mean, there's going to be monstrosities, and I mean, yeah. So there's, and then there's, in here, you have an arachnid race, very similar to other races that are like half horse. So it's very similar to a centaur kind of deal, only it's a spider. And yeah, they'll be bulbous because, they're deadly. Big fat bulbous spiders are poisonous. Alright, well, it's getting late. I've run this for a little while now, so we'll see if this gets any views. Because I know, well, there's 16 of you. And I think this automatically uploads as a video. But I'm not sure. But I'm going to cut it off there for now. I'm going to turn in, maybe, and then hop up in the morning and do some work. Alright, guys. Thanks for the people who popped in and out. We greatly appreciate you. God bless.